Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Naio Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do flat 3D with hand-painted art. If you don't know what I mean by flat 3D, then keep watching. I'm going to work on a tip today, so I've already filed and shaped a tip. I'm going to lay down a gel polish background for this. So I'm going to use looking glass, which is like I think this is like a Tiffany colour. You don't know what that means, do you?
I just know Tiffany's a girl.
Jewellery. It's like a jewellery company called Tiffany, and it's like all these colours, and that's like kind of their statement colour.
Tiffany was like just diamonds and stuff.
I don't know. They just do lots of jewellery.
Oh, okay. I've seen Breakfast at Tiffany's, but I didn't realise there was a colour associated.
Yeah. And then we've got this colour, which is a very pale green. So I'm going to use the darker shade towards the bottom of the tip. And I'm going to use the brush that I made to just blend that up. Then I'm going to cure that. I put some of the gel residue wipe-off solution onto a lint-free pad so I can always clean my brush. Now with the pale colour, I'm going to do the top. Now don't worry about making this a perfect sort of blend, because the majority of it will be covered with the artwork that we're going to do. I just want a rough sort of blend.
But if you do want to watch a video on...
Oh yes, if you want to watch a video on how to actually do a perfect ombre, you can watch that. Oh my god, look what I've done!
Oh, you amateur!
Okay, so we'll just correct that. I'm just gonna...
I thought it said it didn't have to be perfect anyway.
Well, yeah, but that was a bit too imperfect. So I'll just swipe down a little bit there, and we'll just go again. That's a good thing with gel polish, you can sort of do that. Luckily, I hadn't turned the lamp on. I'm going to go over with the same colour here. And then I'll go up with the darker colour. Yep, look at that little bit of fuzz. We don't want no fuzz.
Speaking about flies earlier on, have you ever been doing somebody's nails and the flies just landed?
No, because if it did, I'd encapsulate it inside the nail for being such a naughty fly.
You're that fast with acrylic, I could actually see that happening, like a little bit like Mr. Miyagi with the chopsticks.
Yeah. I'm going to pop that in. So I'm going to take the darker colour up. And roughly start to blend that. Now what I'm going to do is mix those colours together. And I'm also going to mix a little bit of Urban Graffiti Topcoat.
That drip looked really satisfying.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oddly satisfying.
So is this to ombre it?
Yeah, we're just going to ombre it a little bit more.
I've never seen you do this before.
The multitude of ways to ombre.
There is. Surely this is better than cutting your brushes up.
Well, you still need the brush, really,
Okay.
to do it. Right, so we're going to take this colour, pop it in the middle.
Why add the top coat?
We're adding the top coat just so it's slightly less pigmented.
Right.
So it blends better.
Okay.
So we've popped that on, just going side to side, and then we're going to slowly tap with the ombre brush that we made. Clean, make sure there's no fuzz, and we're going to do the same on this side.
That's pretty nifty.
I love these 2-for-1 videos we do. We've got a 2-for-1 going on. Just showed you how to do another type of ombre with your gel polish. And then obviously we've got the flat 3D. So flat 3D is, I bet you're thinking, well, how can it be flat if it's 3D? It basically just means it sits lower on the nail and it's not as difficult to wear. Right, so what I'm going to do now is seal that with the Urban Graffiti top coat. Put that in the lamp. So once that comes out the lamp, I'm going to mat the whole thing off. For why? For why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I'm going to do a little bit of hand painting. Just going to wipe over that nail with gel residue wipe off solution. And then I'm going to use bronze. So this is a Polycolour. It's an acrylic paint. It's really pigmented. I like this bronze because I think it's got a slight green tinge to it. Can you see that? I definitely think it's got a bit of a green tinge. So I'm going to use a fine brush. Right, so a little bit of water. Just so it really flows, and you can test if it's flowing nice, if it's too dry, just by sort of painting it on. So what I'm going to do is paint some delicate leaves. And these are just going to be in the background. So they don't need to be too detailed because you don't want them to take away from the design. See, what I'm thinking is this middle part doesn't really need a lot on it. I'm just adding some more to the top and the bottom. And don't get me wrong, you might not see all of this. Well, it's pretty likely that you're not going to see all this, but I prefer to have more than less. Now I'm going to top coat that. You've got to make sure it's all dry before you top coat it. Pop that into the lamp. I'm going to mat it off the sort of middle portion of this nail. That's where I know that I'm going to put the design. Just doing that with a buffer, with that block, it'll just mat that off nicely. Just clean that over. And then what you need to do is get a little pencil, and you can start to actually map out with a pencil exactly what you're going to draw. Which one shall we pick? I mean, look at them, they look like the little swans having a mother's meeting. I've got no idea what type of flower they are though. I think these are like the kids. The parents and the kids. So, I think, what about these ones here? I'll pick a few of them. Is this like really bad, or you're not supposed to be like picking flowers?
You do realise there are things called florists.
I know, but you know, like people saying, you shouldn't pick wildflowers. Well, today, my friend, I am.
It's the same colour as your hair.
Yeah. It's got all bits of dandelion. Is that dandelion? And yeah, these weeds. See, that one's naff, that one's already on its way out. But these only bloomed like about, I'd say a week or two ago. But you can see that some of them are dying off, so they must only come out for a certain amount of time. Ah, what's that? What's that? Hoverfly, or is that a?
It's just a hoverfly.
It's not gonna sting me.
Burn you.
Burn me, sting me, something. Well, I like all the variations of colours. There's some darker ones here. Oh, look at me, I'm stamping. There's darker ones here. Like, but I want some lightness, because I want to do them on the nails and have lots of shading, you know, like this. It's got like nice shading. But I think these are probably the better colour. Have they all got the same amount on each one? They've all got, what, 5, is it? Yeah. I need to Google what these are. Oh, see them ones, they were leaning back.
They're shocked.
Yeah, they're like, no! Oh, he didn't! Oh, no, he didn't, did he? And they're all huddled together. It's like, this is like the mothers at on the school playground, this is. That one. Right, so we'll take them in and we'll see what we can do. Pretty flowers.